Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel again. So thank you for watching. Much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give the video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments any ideas or thoughts or questions or anything at all. But thanks again, as always. So I wanted to do a brief video here for like a point of reference in order to demonstrate our senses and what we think we know and what is really out there. So I've done a lot of videos that kind of talk about the difference between our physical five senses and our non-physical five senses. You know, for example, with when we hear our thoughts, we hear them non-physically. But when we hear sounds around us physically, of course, we're hearing with our physical ears versus our non-physical ears. So we have this like dual set of senses that we don't always use all the time. But to take it one step further, like with our physical senses, there's so much around us. Like, for example, you know, we have things like infrared or night vision, ways to see in different frequencies and different colors, different shades and depth, things that are physical, simply by tuning into different aspects of physical reality that our normal eyes normally can't pick up on. So here's a few examples. Like, so our eyes, we see what they are tuned in, what they've evolved to see over a long period of time, but they can see so much more. Remember, our eyes are just like any other physical equipment, and they can be used to see things if we train them to. In other words, there's a lot of subtle energy around at play in many different dimensions. One quick exercise, like if you put your hands up against like if you use like a Microsoft Word, a blank document, and you put your hands up against it like that, you can start to see the energy kind of come off your fingers. It's one layer of your aura, your physical energy. And the energy actually, it's interesting, just to prove that it's not an illusion or anything like that, or just a light. You can see this kind of, after a while, if you stare around your fingertips, you'll see energy, and then as you bring your hands close together, they kind of go, these lines form between your fingers, and they go, like the lines of energy kind of connect. And then you can move your hands up, and you can see like the lines of energy jump from finger to finger. It's a real quick and easy way to begin to see what's there that we don't notice on any given day. Now, that being said, I want to show you this picture here. This is another great example. So okay, so here's this picture, and you can kind of see there's some parts of it that don't make sense, right? Like, why is her body made out of green beans? But it's just kind of like an AI generated picture, and it's helped to give form and shape and to accent or enhance the hidden image that's in there. So if you just look at this and you stare at it, now squint your eyes. Okay, now stare at the picture, and you should see a face come to life. It's supposed to be the face of Jesus. So the more you squint and just kind of hold it there, you'll see it come to life. And not just like a little bit, it's like a whole nother picture in there. You can see the shade of his hair and the beard and the lighting and like all the different details. Now if you open your eyes again, it's gone. You can kind of see where like his eye is right here, and like the other parts, like his nose is right here, you know, where the beard is. But if you squint your eyes and hold it right there, what you're seeing is a picture that's there. It's just it's literally there, but when you're closing your eyes, you're shutting out all the other light and objects that are around you. And you're basically, it's like kind of refining, think of it like a channel. There's all different sorts of channels, or like input sensors, right? So that are coming in now. As you squint, you're like eliminating a lot of these different channels or frequencies that are incoming, and now your eyes only are focusing on, because it eliminates all the stimuli, it's only focusing on what is there. You're literally tuning into another frequency when you see this, and it's kind of like an X-ray is another way to good way to look at it. And you're simply, you know, it's kind of like focusing when you have your camera and you change the focus, or you turn a knob to switch like different filters, or, you know, the color, black and white, all these different settings you have on your phone. it's the same kind of thing. You're just kind of shifting the input mechanism. You're just readjusting how you're receiving what's already there. And it's amazing because you cannot see that, but it is literally there. You just basically have to squint to see it. So check it out and stare at it for a while. It's kind of cool. All right, so that's just a quick exercise in focusing and kind of a cool lesson on what we miss or are unaware of on a day-to-day basis. And this is just the physical half of existence. There's, of course, the non-physical energy too, spiritual energy and stuff like that to tune into. But that's a real quick and easy experiment to kind of prove it's very possible, and it is scientifically too. They put forth that there are an infinite amount of dimensions. Dimensions, a good way to look at it, are things that exist physically, just on a different frequency. Like with holograms or holographic energy, say like radio waves or microwaves. They exist. Heat can be seen with different sorts of proper filters and equipment. So remember, if you put your hands together and then you cut that number in half, and you keep cutting that number in half, technically they will never touch. Because if you keep, whatever this number is here, if you keep cutting it in half, you will never reach zero. That number will get infinitely smaller and smaller more you divide it. And think of each one of those numbers that gets smaller and smaller as a different frequency. So a different way to measure a certain density of physical matter. So if the number is truly infinite, you can imagine that if life exists in this degree of density, like me and you, that's a certain frequency that is resonating at, it is possible that life exists on different frequencies, period. So, and it does. And there's a lot of cool stuff I'm learning about that too, and you can read about it online too, but this is a good kind of introduction to that sort of idea and proof of how that sort of thing works. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any thoughts or any other ideas along those lines. Much appreciated. Again, hit the thumbs up button if you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day.